Where's my mic? Hold up. Where the fuck is my mic? Okay. Hello, I am back. Yes, I'm still a bit sick, but not contagious. But today we have something to react to. We'll be reacting to why fans stop watching WWE. I'm a bit scared to react to this. Mainly for that WWE is going to copyright my video, and my channel will be deleted. So let's hope that doesn't happen.
In 2021, I made this video because Vince McMahon was so washed that he was pushing fans away, and then Triple H took over in 2022, and the product felt alive again, and for the first time in years, old fans were actually coming back, and I made this video explaining why fans started watching again.
See, I had my YouTube channel at the time. I was watching WWE at the time. This was when I first started, but I don't think I reacted to this because, well, I was still in high school.
But now the WWE is on the decline, and today we're gonna look at 10 reasons why fans stopped watching again, starting with John Cena leaving WWE was always going to cost them viewers. A lot of longtime fans came back specifically for his retirement tour, and once that was over, they were gone. But the bigger problem are the fans who stopped watching because of how badly WWE booked it. Imagine you've been a fan for decades, your favorite wrestler of all time is back for one final year, and what you get is the worst retirement tour ever. It wasn't about one bad match, it was an entire year of disappointment. Triple H and WWE ruined it. We spent years consuming the product, spent hard-earned money on this company only to watch a legend's legacy get completely tarnished. They couldn't even get his final match right. They had John Cena tap out for heat that only lasted a couple of weeks. For a lot of fans, that was the final nail on the coffin. They don't trust Triple H anymore, and they're done with WWE, and honestly,
and they booked AJ Styles. Sorry, I'm getting ready for work right now, so I'm a bit tired. I've been up since 6 a.m. and usually I'm getting ready for bed at 6 a.m. So right now it's a bit off, but still, they booked AJ Styles retirement tour.
I don't blame them at all.
We were supposed to team up with one other person. It was supposed to be a 3-on-3.
Okay.
And the day that it was supposed to be announced, He didn't show up.
Sticking with John Cena, another reason his retirement tour flopped was because of the storyline that was never finished. The Rock and Travis Scott were the main names behind his heel turn, but Dwayne was reportedly never even supposed to stick around after it, and then Travis Scott just quit in the middle of the storyline because he didn't want to be a part of it anymore. The heel turn was so bad that they just retconned it on an episode of SmackDown. Think about how that makes a fan feel. It pushes you away from the product. And it's not just John Cena. Drew McIntyre started a Bloodline Hunter storyline in late 2024, and it looked like he was going to get revenge on the entire group for screwing him over, eventually leading to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And I think it was a very promising setup, and then they just dropped it. Triple H pivoted to a different direction for Roman at Mania, and Drew was left with nothing. Then you have R-Truth storyline that got dropped as well. After they let him go, fan outrage brought him back. He returned, he cut his hair, and he became Ron Killings. It was a serious character with a ton of potential, but then the WWE got bored and turned him back into a goofball. The same thing happened with Bayley and her split personality gimmick. People were invested in that. The promo packages were interesting, and then they kind of just forgot about it. These incomplete stories are killing the company. The fans are tired of investing in something that literally goes nowhere.
Acknowledge me!
Part-timers.
We gotta talk about part-timers because it's killing WWE's viewership. In the Attitude and Ruthless Aggression eras, top stars showed up almost every week. You would get matches like this on a random episode of Raw or SmackDown. That does not happen anymore. Now many top names show up a handful of times. That does not
the quality is so bad back
anymore. Now many top names show up a handful of times a year. Roman is WWE's biggest star, and we maybe see him 15 times a year. Brock Lesnar just returned, and he only wrestled 2 times since. AJ Lee's return got PG era fans excited to watch again, but we've barely seen her, and it turns out that she just signed a part-time contract.
No, she signed a part-time wrestling contract, which I guess is yes, but she's full-time as someone behind the scenes working. So, yeah, there's that. Now, that's more now. It's after unfortunate events.
Orton disappears for months whenever the WWE just does not have plans for him, which is absolutely insane. Even main event stars like Gunther, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk only wrestle once a month, twice if we're lucky. These are the wrestlers that should be the main focus of the show, and fans aren't going to tune in every week just to watch the top stars talk. They need to wrestle. I grew up in an era where you had an 80-year-old Ric Flair who was wrestling weekly. Shawn Michaels was putting on bangers a few times a month, and John Cena was destroying everyone in his path. That is how the WWE should be. Until they get back to that, I don't expect fans to return.
We managed to figure it out, and now I have to go get neck surgery.
Part-timers suck, and so do injuries. LA Knight, Kevin Owens, Dominic Mysterio, Chad Gable, Seth Rollins, and Sheamus are all injured, and this is nothing new. We've seen plenty of injuries over the last decade, but it does feel like more and more occur every year, and I think we can blame the style of wrestling in that ring. We saw way less injuries during the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s because the wrestling was completely different. Back then, wrestlers were not performing high-risk moves like they do nowadays. This is becoming a real problem because people stop watching when top names get hurt. If the WWE wants less injuries, they need to go back to the wrestling style that we used to see. Seth Rollins' recent injury is a perfect example. That match was excellent, and I won't lie, that spot was incredible and insane, but it was not needed. The match was great with or without it, and more legends are even telling the other guys to protect themselves, like The Undertaker when he told Logan Paul he shouldn't do moves like this ever again.
Here comes Fatu!
The wrestling in WWE looks fake, and it's one of the biggest reasons why fans are not watching the product anymore. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it always looked real in the past, because there were plenty of moments where you could tell that they were clearly working together, but nowadays it feels like everyone is just trying to get their spots in. That old school style where it felt like a real struggle is gone. They do not sell like they used to. In the past, a wrestler would take a suplex and they would sell it for a couple of minutes. Now you see these guys get up in seconds and move on to the next move. You can tell matches are choreographed. Guys are literally standing there waiting for their opponents to jump on them. Some of them can't even throw a proper punch anymore. People are also breaking character in the middle of the matches, and finishers are completely dead. It takes 4 or 5 of them just to end a match. The state of wrestling in that squared circle is not good right now. It's not healthy at all. Bret Hart complains about it. The Undertaker is starting to talk about it. Stone Cold has been vocal about it. Maven even said that the current product is unwatchable. And Jim Cornette, he's been literally saying this for years now.
I love Maven.
Wrestling needs to look real again, or people are not going to want to keep watching. And that is just a fact.
But I also know the one thing that you lack is a personality.
Professional wrestling is essentially 50% wrestling and 50% storytelling, and as I just mentioned, they were taught to wrestle the wrong way. But an even bigger problem is a lot of them don't have the storytelling ability either. That includes promos, character work, and charisma. All of those things are crucial to attract viewers, and when you look at the current roster, how many of these guys can actually cut a great promo?
Okay, let's look at the roster. Shout out the SmackDown Hotel for this. I'm just gonna go heel versus face. Just easier that way. Punk. He can cut good promos. Cody. He's alright. LA Knight's pretty good. Randy's pretty good. Roman. He's alright. Sammy. Jacob, I really like Jacob's. Brock Lesnar doesn't talk anymore. Breaker's really good. Drew McIntyre's probably one of the best. Finn Balor doesn't cut promos anymore. Gunther, I guess, most memorable. It's a very big mix. Huh? Sorry.
How many of them have a character that feels real and not just something that creative handed them? The answer is not many. Back in the day, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, The Undertaker, Mick Foley, Kane, all on the same show. Every single one of them could grab a mic and hold an audience. Now, we're lucky if we get 2 or 3 people on the entire roster who can do that. And it's not entirely their fault. The WWE does not develop characters anymore. They develop catchphrases. They give someone a gimmick, slap it on a t-shirt, and move on. There's no depth or layers. You really have no reason to care about these people beyond what they do in that ring. The wrestlers who do have charisma, your Punks, your Romans, and your Codys cannot carry an entire show on their own. So what we're left with every week is a roster full of great athletes who can't connect with an audience. And if fans don't connect with the characters, they're not going to keep watching. It is that simple.
Yeah, so before we get into anything deeper than that, let's talk about gorilla position.
The WWE Unreal Series did a lot more damage than we could ever imagine. I was against it before it came out, and I hated it even more after actually watching some clips online. The beauty of wrestling is that
here's my thing. I don't mind it. It's not terrible. Actually, no, it ruins the magic is the best way to say it. It's interesting to see the insides of it, 100%. but it ruins the magic deep down.
Fine line between fiction and
enjoyment.
reality. We understand that it's predetermined. It's 2026. Everyone knows that wrestling is not real, but there were moments and there were matches and some feuds that just felt real. It made you believe that some of these guys might actually hate each other. That was the last piece of kayfabe, and kayfabe is the most important piece of this puzzle. The WWE took what was left of it and killed it. We found out that rivals like Seth Rollins and CM Punk were actually friendly. We got an exclusive look at the writing staff literally coming up with ideas on camera, and I would say that everything that made wrestling special died the minute that they released it. To give you an example, I have a friend named Kyle, and he told me he can't even watch anymore because of how fake it all feels after watching Unreal. This is a casual fan who lost any interest in the product because he now knows that everything about it is fake and not real. We're going to see more fans step away as WWE keeps producing more seasons of Unreal, and it's a shame that Triple H agreed to do this because it honestly feels like Hunter just wants to show off that he's the mastermind behind everything. His ego just could not keep this one thing sacred.
It's all about the money.
Picture this, you watch WWE, you just got back into it a few years ago, and WrestleMania is in your hometown. You want to see CM Punk, you want to see Roman and your other favorite guys, so you go out to buy a ticket and you see that it's a couple $1,000s for a terrible seat, so you skip out on it. Then a few months later, there's an episode of Raw near you, but that's another $700 for a TV taping. It gets insulting after a while. You dedicate all this time and energy into a product that just does not care about you. It cares about your wallet instead. The WWE raising ticket prices is not just annoying, it's pure corporate greed, and it's pricing out the exact fans who made this company what it is today. The families, the lifelong viewers, and the people who grew up on this stuff simply cannot afford to go anymore. Lana even admitted that she can't get tickets for free, regardless of the fact that she has a Legends contract and her husband works for the company. She said that Rusev has to pay $5,000 just to put her in a box, and if that's how they treat their own talent, imagine how they see the rest of us. Back in the day, wrestling was for everyone. You could take your kids to a house show without draining your savings account, but now it's a luxury. The WWE wants those premium prices, but they're not delivering a premium product. You're paying more to watch part-timers cut promos and a lot of matches to just end in DQs, and that is not cool. TKO and WWE have made it clear where their priorities are, and it's not with the fans who stuck around through the bad years. Instead, it's with whoever's willing to pay the most.
Style or substance? Or here's another choice. Don't stop until you have.
Also not telling the truth about a lot.
We are professional grade.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an.
You're watching on TV. I'm the celebrity.
This one isn't entirely WWE's fault, but it's still killing their viewership. Social media has changed how people consume content, and wrestling isn't immune to it either. TikTok destroyed our attention spans. People don't want to sit through a 3-hour episode of Raw anymore. They want the highlights, and they want that 60-second clip on Instagram or the Reddit post that summarizes everything. Why would someone dedicate an entire night to watching WWE when they can just scroll through their feed the next morning and catch everything that mattered? And I would even argue that WWE plays right into it. They upload every big moment to YouTube within hours. They post clips on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and everywhere else. So now the fans are trained to just wait for the content to come out to them. There's no urgency to watch live. There's no fear of missing out because you won't miss anything. And this is a problem across all television, not just wrestling. Nobody really watches anything live anymore unless it's sports with unpredictable outcomes. And even then, the younger viewers just check the score on their phone. The thing is, WWE used to feel like must-see television. You had to be there on Monday night or you'd be lost in the conversation the next day at school or work, but now you can just catch up in 5 minutes on your lunch break. The product hasn't just lost viewers to other shows, it's lost them to the way that people consume media now, and that is not changing anytime soon, unfortunately.
A fan came up and they said, "Oh my God, Randy Orton, You know, I remember watching you when I was a kid, and then that was it. I was like, oh, I'm officially old.
This last one is the hardest one to talk about because there's no real solution. People grow up, life gets in the way, and eventually fans just stop watching. It happens to everyone. You're a kid and wrestling is your whole world. Then you become a teenager and it's still kind of cool, but then college hits, or you get a job, or you start a family, and suddenly you just don't have the time to watch 3 hours of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown for another couple hours. It's not that you stopped loving it, it's just that life got busier and wrestling just unfortunately did not make the cut. The WWE used to survive this because new generations would just replace the old ones, kids would discover it, fall in love with it, and the cycle would continue. But that's not happening like it used to. Ticket prices are pushing families away. The product isn't kid-friendly enough to hook young viewers, but it's also not edgy enough to keep adults interested. It's stuck in the middle, and it's appealing to no one. Here's what I think WWE should do. They should make Raw the show for adults with edgier storylines, more intense matches, and TV-14 content. Then you can make SmackDown the family-friendly product that the parents can watch with their kids. 2 different shows for 2 different audiences. I think that's how you keep more people watching. But even then, this is just life. If your product isn't red hot, people are going to prioritize other things. And right now, the WWE is not red hot.
I can see that. That's pretty good.
And lukewarm doesn't survive when life gets busy. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Lukewarm is being generous. I mean, I agree with him. He's not wrong. But please go sub to him. He's a great guy. That's it for this video. See you soon. Peace.